What's up, guys? Daemonxel here, and we just got a roadmap to the future of what's coming in Lord of the Rings, Heroes of Middle-earth. Let's talk about it. Alright, so we got a roadmap from the devs, and it breaks down into two chapters. First is talking about the launch, what happened, the updates that they've had, the kits, the economy reset, a bunch of other things. We're going to skip past that because what we're interested in is what's coming next. And with that is the announcement of Heroes of Middle-earth's first legendary character, as well as its first raid, that new game mode that we're all looking forward to, that you have to be at least level 34 according to what it says in the game. But the new raid is called the Mines of Moria. So they go on to say that the legendary adventures require players to use characters from specific factions to battle in a specifically built event, escalating in difficulty to unlock powerful characters. Now, obviously, if you've played any other hero capture game before, you know what legendaries are. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Marvel Strike Force, they all have legendaries. It's a super powerful character which can tip the scales in your favor in a lot of different game modes, such as arena, such as raids, such as just regularly playing. Hopefully we get that war mode coming down the line where it's guild versus guild. These characters can change the game. Now, he goes on to state that each adventure requires different factions to unlock the character. The legendary characters are going to be 5-star unlocks, and again, like I said before, they represent more powerful than normal characters. But they go into specifics about the event. So there are 7 tiers to the event. Tier 1 could theoretically require 5 Shadow Isengard characters at star ranking 1. Tier 2 would require 5 at star rank 2, so on, so forth. All the way complete up to tier level 5 for the unlock. Now, they say that the legendary adventures will initially show up for a short window of time. They're currently aiming for about a week, so around 7 days, to give all players an opportunity to upgrade their characters and attempt to unlock that legendary character. Now, he says each legendary adventure may return. Don't read too much into that. In all of these Hero Collection games, they're always going to return. It's always going to be on a cycle. So yes, it could come, and then you may have to wait. If you didn't get that unlock, you may have to wait several months until it comes back around again. Don't fear that you're going to lose out getting this character, that you'll never be able to get that character again. It's not going to be like that. So at this point, you're probably wondering who is going to be the first legendary. Well, it is none other than the legendary elf himself, Lord Elrond. That's right, he is going to be your first unlock for the legendary. Now, if you played through the campaign, you've seen him as a guest character, you know what he can do. Some of those moves, such as when he calls the river, and you got that animation of the river just AoEing the enemy team. And he's going to bring that entire elf group, that squad, together. He's going to be the glue that holds it together. Now, who knows? Maybe down the line we'll get more elven legendaries, such as Legolas, and maybe they'll work in tangent. Maybe they'll have 2 different teams. Who knows? But now, also, don't think right off the bat that you're going to need, the elves to unlock. We don't know what we need to unlock him yet. So hold off on putting your resources into all the characters until you absolutely know what you're going to need to unlock him. I'd hate to see you guys level up a team thinking that that's what you're going to need, and then, obviously, if it doesn't come in your favor, that's going to be a waste of resources, setting you back for a little bit. So, let's talk now about the first raid, the Mines of Moria, because I'm actually really excited about this. I always loved the raid factions in the different hero collectors. I always thought they were a challenge and just overall fun. Now, it states that from the woods to the mountains, you've likely seen the messages in the game if you've made it to level 20. That's that little button that comes up in the upper right-hand corner saying, raids are coming, and that you have to be level 30. It goes on to state that the Mines of Moria itself is a spiraling complex of rooms, dwarven in the make, and trashed by orcish interlopers. If you've seen the movies, you know. If you read the books, you know. Obviously, there's going to be the Cave Troll, which could be a sub-boss, it could be a boss at a lower difficulty, and of course, the Balrog. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of exactly what they're going to consist of. Now it says that raids will be open to guilds and their members to engage with. Note, you must be at a certain level to participate in the raid. We know from the message in the game that's going to be level 30. We are aiming for guilds to be able to kick a chapter off about once a week. So these raids are going to be different than ones that you may have played in the past. Whereas Marvel Strike Force, it is, you can launch a raid every 24 hours. I believe in Galaxy of Heroes, it's every 3 days. Don't quote me on that. I haven't played Galaxy of Heroes in some time. Now, once you do kick these off, they're going to last for about 4 to 5 days. So don't sweat it. You're going to have at least 4 or 5 days to get your hits in. And it says that the goal of each raid is to do damage in each chapter of the raid to accrue the points. Those points translate into personal rewards for yourself and guild level rewards for everyone in the guild. Players can increase the number of points they accrue by increasing the difficulty of the raid on each of their attempts, independent of the guild. The higher difficulties, the greater rewards. So that means that it's not going to be one raid and everyone participates on that. Like in Marvel Strike Force, it's set up into 3 different rooms, and you have to have 8 players in each room, totaling 24 members in all, and everyone, you're going to get points at 30%, I believe 50% and, 80%, 75% and 100%. It's not going to be like this here. You're going to be only responsible for what you do. So, in other words, you could have someone in the guild do a higher difficulty, and if you don't have the roster to do that, you can attempt it at a lower difficulty. And it's all going to accrue points for your guild and for you personally. Now, if I'm reading this correctly, it means that you can do several attempts. You can try it at a lower difficulty, and if you want, you could try it at a higher difficulty within that 4 to 5 days, which is actually, I like that idea. You're not pigeonholed into a difficulty setting. And they're going to release this in a chapter-by-chapter format, as illustrated above. Rather than going live with all aspects of the raid at once, we'll be releasing chapters one at a time over the course of a month or 2. So, don't fret. We're going to get different things down the road. You're going to get maybe in about 2 to 3 months, we're going to get that first chapter, and then another 2 or 3 months, we're going to get the next chapter, so on and so forth. Now, they were shooting for Q3 of this year to release that, so we're right around the corner for that. Now, obviously, we're going to get a lot of resources. Now, I hope that this is going to help us all with the bottleneck currently right now with the gold, with the crystals, both light and shadow. I think this is going to help us out. And I think we're also going to be able to get some of that gear that we need, so it's not as hard to farm. So, who knows? We don't know what's going on, but what I'm hoping for mostly myself is for a gold and those crystals, because those are the huge bottlenecks that we're facing right now, and I am feeling that crunch along with everyone else. I am also feeling a little bit of the crunch on ability mats, but that's also because there's just so much to farm right here in the beginning of the game. So that's what we know currently right now on the first legendary unlock, as well as the first raid coming out to the game. So have a great week, have a great weekend, and good luck to you and your fellowship.